Gemini, excuse me. This is your reading for the week of August 18th. Hope all the Gemini are doing well out there. So, you are going to pick a crystal right now, Gemini. Pick the one that speaks to you, and we're going to do two readings. Right, so you can watch the whole reading, and just a reminder, if you like the video, please subscribe, comment, like. It really helps with the algorithm and it helps the channel grow. So pick one of these crystals right now, Gemini, and the message that is meant for you is going to be based off of the crystal that you choose. All right, so we have two spreads on the table right now. It's a 4-card spread, the main spread, with 2 clarifying cards, and we'll see what comes up for you, Gemini, for this third week of August the 18th. So let's start off with the black obsidian. If you chose this crystal, this reading, this message is for you, Gemini. So let's see what we have. All right. Okay, so it seems like it's a money reading for you, Gemini. It's a reading that's going to be about your resources, your money right now. So if you chose the black obsidian, there are some financial situations that you are contending with for this week, in this third week of August. You start out with, I'm dropping the cards. I'm dropping the 4 of Pentacles. We'll get to that. So the 4 of Pentacles is coming out of my hand, and that definitely seems like it's the challenge card here. So you're starting out with the Queen of Pentacles, right? So this is asking you to call upon your resources, your skills, right? So if this is about a job or money or your finances, right? I'm definitely getting the feeling that this is about money for those of you that chose the black obsidian. The Queen of Pentacles is asking you to think about your skills, right? Maybe you're in a position right now where you're looking for another job. You're unhappy in your job. You're thinking about what else you can do, because with the Queen of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Swords, right? So I'm just getting the feeling that this group is thinking about, their job, walking away from their job. The 7 of Swords is, not having to battle because he's stealing the swords from this army. So with these 2 cards together, right? I'm just getting the feeling this is about money for you, right? So if this is about money, if it's not about money, then, you can watch the next reading. But a focus on your resources is going to be really, really important. So the 7 of Swords is just saying that you're thinking about other options when it comes to making money. Maybe some of you have been thinking about a side hustle. Maybe some of you are thinking about leaving your job. You're trying to walk away from your job the way that this guy with the 7 of Swords is walking away victorious, really because he's not having to fight the battle, right? So whatever this is, as far as your resources go, it's also saying that you got to be smarter with your money. Right? Maybe it's been a really fun summer so far and you've been spending a lot of time out. This is asking you to just take a look at your finances and then take a look at how you've been spending your money, how you can spend your money wiser, how you can be more victorious using your skills here with the Queen of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. And then definitely just looking at other ways to either make money, to invest money. But, if you haven't been thinking about money and the black obsidian spoke to you, it's time for you to just think about how you can, just be smarter with money for sure. And then you have the 5 of Wands with the 4 of Pentacles, right? These 2 cards first, and then you have the 5 of Wands with the 4 of Pentacles. So this is just another challenge card, right? This is just finding a way to deal with the conflicts that you have inside of you. If it has to do with money, if this doesn't have to do with money, then it's definitely thinking about the conflicts that you have in your life and what you're learning from them with this 5 of Wands here, right? And then you have the 4 of Pentacles, which is being stuck. It's holding on too tightly to what you have, right? So I'm getting the feeling that for some of you Gemini here, you're thinking about, either leaving your job, starting a side hustle. Maybe it's about that time that you're going to start looking for another job and you're just conflicted in your job right now. Or any other form of income that you're thinking about, like, again, maybe this is about a side hustle for you. The Four of Pentacles is definitely asking you to not stay stuck in one place, right? So you can see here that he's holding, and this Four of Pentacles jumped out when I was grabbing the cards. It jumped out at me twice, right? So that happened for a reason. So this is holding on to too tightly to what you have, right? So if this isn't about money, this is about things that you're dissatisfied with in your life right now, and you're conflicted about making a change, about the things that you're dissatisfied about, right? So if it's not about it's not about a job or money, right? Then the Queen of Pentacles is asking you to just look at your skills. Look at your skills, look at your resources. Like, how are you going to get out of this situation of the Four of Pentacles here? How are you going to get out of a situation of feeling stuck and not being able to move forward, right? So if this isn't about job or money, then this reading is asking you to use your skills so that you can deal with the places in you and in your life where you are feeling stuck, where maybe you're a little too stubborn, right? You want to move forward, but the challenge here is this Four of Pentacles, which is, definitely a stuck energy. All right, so let's take a look at the two clarifying cards to get some more answers here. So you have the Empress with the Knight of Pentacles. So this is another card of being stuck, right? So you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving progress, right? So, there's a sense of frustration this week, right? So sorting out the parts of your life that are moving slowly, maybe feeling frustrated about it. Again, if this is about your job or finances, and maybe finances are, coming in slowly for you, the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving progress. It's frustrating sometimes when you're living the Knight of Pentacles, because you just feel like you're planting so many seeds and they're not growing. But the Knight of Pentacles is urging you to not give up, right? Because you can see here, he has this empty field in front of him, and the Knight of Pentacles is about planting seeds. So where are you going to plant seeds, right? Do you want to learn a new skill, or have you been developing a new skill that could maybe turn into some sort of side hustle for you, right? So with that Queen of Pentacles in the main reading, there's definitely an emphasis on focusing on your skills, and then obviously being patient, right? And then you have it with the Empress, right? And so, the Empress is a card of ease, right? So this is a challenging reading for sure, right? So the Empress is about self-care. The Empress is just about really enjoying, the beauties. And so maybe this is connected to spending, right? So maybe you've been enjoying a little bit too many luxuries this summer, right? And so the reading is saying that you got to slow down and you got to focus on your wealth. You got to focus on your money. You got to focus on taking care of yourself with the Empress here, right? What you want is going to be slow moving with the Knight of Pentacles, but focusing on yourself and your love and taking care of yourself and resting and building abundance with the Empress. That's definitely what it's about. Wow. Okay. Good luck with that to that first group. All right. So if you chose the blue calcite, Gemini that chose the blue calcite, let's see what the reading is for you here. All right. So, okay. All right, so for this group, and it's kind of a similar energy, right? So Gemini, I'm sorry if you're going through it this week. This is just the energy of the week that you're going to be dealing with for the third week of August here, with Uranus in your sign right now. And if you have a prominent Gemini placement, which you do, and this is the reason why you're watching this video, right? There are sudden, drastic changes for you, right? It'll be really important for you to find where Gemini is in your chart, right? In the house of your whole house ruler, the whole house chart. And just figure out like what part of your life is being impacted. But with Uranus and Gemini, Uranus is sudden change. It's just like irrational. It's this unexpected change that can come about. So it's like with having Uranus in your sign, You have this reading here and you're starting off with the moon. So I'm bringing up Uranus and Gemini because maybe for a lot of you Gemini, you feel like your worlds are splitting, or if you feel like you're splitting, right? And the moon coming up here is asking you to take a look at your fears, how you're changing, illusions that you're experiencing, right? With Uranus in your sign for the next 8 years, this is going to impact you tremendously, right? So the moon is, our fears, our fantasies. It's what we keep, hidden in the darkness inside of ourselves, and on the moon card, and this is why I'm bringing up the you splitting or your world splitting. You have these two dogs here, right? And that represents our, as humans, our domesticated side and our animal side, right? So Uranus and Gemini is definitely going to give you a vibe of like you feel like you're splitting further and further apart, right? With the moon, it's asking you to dive into your fears. It's asking you to dive into the parts of yourself that are hidden, all of the things that maybe are in your shadow that you're not dealing with, and so that you can balance out the energies inside of you, right? So whenever you have a card like this that's, that has a more like natural element to it, right? You can't be so focused on, your day-to-day tasks, right? You have to focus on what your true nature is, and getting out and doing the things that you love to do, right? And hopefully getting out into nature, getting outside, right? One of the antidotes to the moon is the sun. So maybe you have to get out into the sun. And then with the Fool, right? The Fool is saying you have to take some sort of leap of faith in a new direction, right? And if it's coming up against the moon, right? Like whatever it is that you're discovering, if there's a new direction that you want to take, if there's a side of you that wants to go in a particular direction, the Fool is saying that you're ready to go. So you do just have to go, right? And then now you have the Four of Swords with the Two of Swords, right? So definitely like the vibe of the first reading, the Four of Swords is about healing and resting and relaxing and recovering, right? So it's like, I got the feeling that you Geminis have been having a lot of fun this summer, and the reading is saying that you need to do some resting, some recuperating, balance out your energies, especially if you feel like, the parts of you are splitting with this Uranus and Gemini energy, right? And then the Two of Swords is coming up, and the Two of Swords is you don't know what the outcome is going to be, right? You think you could go this way or that way with the swords, but really the thing that you are maybe anticipating, it's not going to turn out the way that it's going to turn out. So whatever direction you need to head towards with this Fool energy, right? And whatever this may be, right? Like I don't even know specifically what this could be for you, Gemini, but you're feeling like drawn to a new direction. You're feeling drawn to taking, a big step in a direction right now. So whatever you feel like that is for you, Gemini, you just have to go. Especially with the Fool, you just have to go. Don't expect anything. Just know that you're ready to do it, right? Take the time to rest and recover, right? Know that it's not going to turn out the way that it's going to turn out, and then just take that leap. So the two cards to clarify the reading for this group, you have the Four of Swords with the World, right? So it's interesting because I'm just been getting the feeling that like, Gemini's been having a lot of fun this summer, right? And so, maybe this is cause an identity shift, and it's not good. I mean, it's not bad to go out and have fun, right? But it's like the vibe that I'm getting from the reading for both of the groups here for Gemini is that you do need to slow things down, right? So you have the Four of Swords again, right? So the Four of Swords coming up twice in a 6-card spread is saying that you need to chill, you need to relax. You've been having a lot of fun being the social butterfly that you are this summer, right? You probably made a ton of friends, had a ton of fun out in the world, right? But with the Fool going to the world here, right? It's saying that if you take a leap in a new direction, it's gonna lead you to a place of completion with the World here. So for this group, definitely think about what direction you want to head in. Anything new, any new direction, right? You're gonna. If you don't know what it is, the reading is saying you got to rest, relax, and recover with this Four of Swords. And then once you know where you want to go, just go, Gemini. Just take the leap. And good luck with it. And this is going to be energy that this is a heavy reading, right? So this is going to be an energy that I'm sure you're going to be dealing with and working with for months to come, right? So once the second group, once you know which direction you need to go in, just go and trust it, and good luck. All right, peace, Gemini.